Hey everybody, it's Sam, preacher at the Smokehouse, Sevierville, Tennessee. We want to welcome you into the kitchen today, and we appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you watching our videos. If you like it, we want you to share and click on there and follow us so we can keep putting these things out and have a joy in cooking for you. And again, our meals are simple stuff, things you've got in the house, or not a lot of ingredients, and it's not fancy cooking at all. We say our cooking's just rough cooking, just a little rough around the edges, but it'll fill you up and get you to your next meal, and that's what we want. But we just want to tell you we appreciate you today. We've got a simple meal planned for you. We're going to fry some potatoes, and around here it's fried taters, and that's just what it's called. We're going to put a little bit of onion in it, and we've got some bacon we crumbled up, and we're going to throw that in there as well. But the main ingredient today is Spam. And before you snarl your nose up and start rolling your eyes, don't give me all that. I know you've eaten Spam before. A lot of people don't know what Spam is because the name really doesn't tell you. And I done a little research on it this morning. Spam was a product that was made a long time ago, early 1900s or so. And wasn't real proud of it when they made it. But it used a product that they didn't have a lot of use for, and that's pork shoulder. We call them pork butts today, and they're #1. We use them for everything. And but back then, the pork shoulder wasn't much. And so they had to find something to use it for. So they mixed some water and some salt and some pork shoulder cubed up and some ham cubed up, and they made Spam out of it. Now, you can research and try to figure out how the name come up yourself because nobody knows. I read 4 or 5 different thoughts about it, but nobody knew for sure. The last one that I read that I liked, somebody just said, hey, call it Spam, and that's what they started calling it for no reason. But anyway, it comes in this real convenient little 12-ounce can. Everybody says, oh, I've eaten Spam, I know what it is, but you need to read the story and find out about old Spam. After World War II, or during World War II, our soldiers got to eat a lot of this stuff. Mr. Warmell owns a company, and the name, he produced a lot of that stuff and sold it to the military. And our soldiers eat that sometimes 3 times a day. Could you imagine how you'd feel about something after you eat it 3 times a day for a while? In the cold, in the hot, in the rain, in the snow. It'd wear on you too. So after the World War, Spam got a bad name. People would write hate mail to the company about Spam. Soldiers had come home. They'd write the company and tell them how awful it was and how they wouldn't ever eat another bite of it. And I thought that was funny because the man that created it and run the company, he said, well, it's better than what we had in World War I. They had something else. It wasn't quite as good. And so I think it's funny how things change. But during the years, Spam turned to in the 60s, it become an entree. In upscale restaurants, people were making side dishes and complete dishes using Spam. They used it in all kinds of things, and then it come in this convenient little can, a serving size, and a family could make a meal out of it real easy. I've eaten many a can of Spam growing up. And you can use whichever kind of meat that you like, but we're focusing on this today. So anyway, we're going to start with our potatoes. So get your favorite knife out, get your fingers out of the way. This is just the way I do it. You don't have to do it my way. You can do it any old way you want to. But I cut my potatoes into slices. And I'm Appalachian, so instead of potatoes, they'll become taters today. So we're just going to cube them up a little bit like that. We call them breakfast potatoes because they're cut square. Fried potatoes are usually long and skinny. So we got our iron skillet going here today, and we're going to put about, just barely cover the bottom of the pan with some oil. We've had it on getting warm a little bit. So you see the potatoes frying to start with. You'll want to, according to how big your family is, according to how big a pan you need. So you need about a potato for each person you're serving. I use a baking potato because I hate to peel potatoes. So I use a larger potato so I don't have to peel as many. So we're going to finish slicing up our potatoes here. And the smaller they are, the quicker they fry. But my wife says, leave some potato in it. Because if you get it too small, it's all crust, there's no potato. So if you'll cut it in little bigger chunks, you get more potato. So we're going to take a piece of Spam here, just straight out of the can. You might want to wash it off a little bit. Got a bad name for years because it had this gelatin that was on the top when the can was open. Everybody thought, oh, that's gross, that's awful. Well, it was there for a reason. But because it was not very inviting to folks, they added some things that would get rid of that and dry it up. Anytime you preserve a meat that's not going to be refrigerated, it's got to have something to keep it from going bad. And that's what they do. So while your potatoes is getting it going, you're going to go ahead and just sprinkle your Spam in there. I figure a slice per person maybe. Or if you got big eaters, you can put a little bit more than that in there. Just according to how hungry your family is. And you'll want to stir it around, get some oil on everything, get it all coated real good. That way your meat will eventually brown up. Some people may not like it, but we like a little bit of onion to flavor some stuff up. So I'm not going to just overload it with onion, but I just took me a little slice of sweet onion. We're going to chop it up real fine. Watch your fingers. I'm not a professional chopper either, so I guess don't do as I say, just do as or don't do as I do, just do as I say. But when you get it all mixed up, you want to add a little flavor to it, you can put you some bacon we had fried earlier. Just crumble it up in there sort of like that. And I find that the potatoes cook a lot better if you'll cover it for just a little. You'll want to go on a medium heat. Cast iron is a great conductor of heat, so you want to go on a medium heat for about 20 or 30 minutes. Stir your potatoes. Watch them as they get softer, and don't burn your meat up. And during that time, you can talk to somebody. You could read a book. You could do a lot of different things, and spend your time wisely. But don't never take your eye off the skillet, because when you do, you can end up with having to start all over. So I cooked this for you a little earlier so we can see what it's going to be while the other pans are finishing out. You'll see the potatoes has got good and brown, got a good crust on them, meat's good and brown, onions caramelized, good and soft, and looks like a feast to me. You could throw some pinto beans on the side of that, piece of cornbread, and just eat till you couldn't eat no more. We want to tell you today that we appreciate everybody that's watching our videos. We appreciate Right Angle Technologies for helping us produce these things and putting those out. To share a meal with somebody, there's nothing that shows love like a home-cooked meal. Cook a little extra when you're cooking. Maybe take it over to a neighbor, take it to a friend, somebody that's shut in, maybe somebody that's sick. We got a lot of folks that's sick with the COVID and stuff now. You can make an extra plate, wrap it up real tight so it don't get cold, and go leave it on the porch. Let them know you're coming. And I'm guarantee you'll brighten their day. There ain't nothing that shows love like a home cooked plate full of good hot food. And that's why we're supposed to be to one another. We're supposed to share what we've got. We're supposed to invite people in. We're supposed to comfort them. That's why it's called comfort food, I think. It's the love that's put into it and the time. And so we just want you to enjoy. If you do, we want you to like and share and follow us on YouTube and keep watching our videos. Let us know what you think about them. You can find them on Facebook as well. If you're ever in Sevierville area, find us, Preacher Smokehouse. My name's Sam Steele, and from my family to yours, we truly thank you, and may God bless you. Hey, this is Sam from Preacher Smokehouse. We'd like to introduce you to some friends of ours. Randy Ogle is Blue Ridge Leather, and these are some of his custom things that he makes. He makes wallets. He can put your name on them. This is a journal, daily journal. If you do that, he makes a Bible cover as well and calendars. And he is a sponsor of Cooking with Preacher. So we just wanted to let you know about him and get his information out to you if you have a need for a special gift. Thank you so much. We just want to come to you for a minute and mention some friends of ours. They've been helping us with the cooking videos and doing the media for us and the production. And man, we're thankful because I've tried it myself, and I'm no video producer. So if you ever have a need for that kind of media and for that kind of help, we want to send you over to Right Angle Technologies. All the information will be listed below. They do a great job, timely manner, and they'll take care of you the best they can. So if you ever have that need, Right Angle Technologies. Thank you.